on a bit of a health craze this past 6 hours since I found out I have alpha-gal syndrome. Okay, little rundown. I got bit by a tick back in July in Virginia at an Airbnb with my friends. I found it on my knuckle and I swiped it off. I was kind of worried about Lyme's disease at the time because I know that ticks can carry Lyme's disease, specifically Lone Star ticks. But they can also carry another disease that many people don't know about called alpha-gal syndrome, which is also called the red meat disease, which you might have heard of. And it's basically a disease that is transferred by ticks, chiggers, or other small bugs, but very few small bugs, mainly in the northeast / east region in the United States. And it effectively makes it so you can't eat mammal meat for the rest of your life. Specifically beef, but also pork, bison, venison, lamb, anything that gives live birth. So these are my... Okay, let me actually show this first. I had to get a blood test for this. I got bit by the tick in July, and I got chiggers in August, and both of those can carry it. Which one gave it to me? I don't know. But maybe both did. Who knows? Because they can kind of stack and make you more allergic to it. It takes about a month to 3 months for it to onset. And so I was perfectly fine. I didn't think I had it. And then I went tubing with my friends in late August. And we went drinking, right? And I woke up the next day just covered in hives. And I was like, this is bad. I was like, the happened? And I kind of attributed it to either me being sick or just me being allergic to some sort of alcohol that I drank. I originally thought it was tequila because my girlfriend's also allergic to tequila. So I was like, oh, maybe that's what I have because she gets hives if she has a sip of tequila or agave in general. End up, drinking tequila later on. I don't break out in hives. We end up going to, flash forward, go to TwitchCon. I go to San Diego. If you saw the San Diego vlog, me, Brooke, Zeusy, and my mod Elsis went to the San Diego Zoo. While we were at the zoo, I ate a cheeseburger. It was like a pretty big cheeseburger, and I had pork sausage for breakfast, right? And I was perfectly fine, and then we're walking around for about 4 hours. I walk like 6 miles at the zoo. And right when we get in the Uber, I notice that I'm covered in hives. And when we get back, I'm covered all over my body, and they start breaking out of my face, and I'm like, what's happening? And so I realized it's not alcohol. It's got to be something else. At the time, this was literally 2 weeks ago, I still had no idea what the I was allergic to. And so flash forward again to last weekend, not this past weekend, the weekend before. I had Taco Bell, and then I woke up with hives. And then I was like, maybe I have the red meat disease that I hadn't thought about for 3 months since July. I was like, maybe I have that. So I tested it out, and I decided I was just going to eat steak all day just to determine, which was, in hindsight, a really bad idea because I could have broken out into anaphylaxis and died in my sleep. But it was, I was a bit of a myth buster at the time, chat. I was a bit of a myth buster. I needed to see what was wrong. So I ate steak, and then I ordered 2 brisket Chipotle burritos and macked them. Woke up in the morning covered in hives, like fat ones on my thighs and my face and my back. I was like, oh, dude, and I kind of felt like so I was like, okay, I probably have this. Schedule a blood test. I go get a blood test, and this is basically the results. This is how it works. You basically test for IgEs, which is your antibodies for a specific thing, right? If anybody here is allergic to something and gotten a blood test for it before, you basically test your IgEs for a specific thing. I was testing my immunoglobulin levels for alpha-gal / certain meats, right? Mainly alpha-gal, but also the meats because they have alpha-gal, which is like the sugar in them, right? And that's what the tick transferred to me. Most people have 0.1 or less, right? Like before I got bit by this tick, I probably had around 0.08, 0.07, whatever the was. Something that's like nothing, right? I'm not allergic to it at all. Some people might be mildly allergic like that, right? So this is what I got tested for. And then you could see how it scales, right? Low is 0.1, low, still 0.1, moderate up to 1, high is 3, very high is 19, and then very, very high is above 19. Now, here are my results. So, as you can see here, the Joe Bart blood isn't really a fan of alpha-gal, I personally think I got it from the chigger bites in August. Editor, throw up an image from one of my streams of my ankle covered in them. I'm highly allergic to pork. I'm very highly allergic to beef and lamb. And I'm very, very highly allergic to alpha-gal. other downside, right, is I might not be able to eat cheese and dairy either, which is really bad, right? I think I'm fine with that. I'm going to an allergist to determine that. But for possibly the rest of my life, I can't eat any mammal, which sucks. And if I go to a hospital, now I have to tell them that I'm allergic to alpha-gal, because most people that die of alpha-gal end up getting like oxycodone or some other cancer medicines or certain medicines in their life that have alpha-gal, and then they just die of anaphylaxis at a hospital. While you're getting treated for something, the hospital accidentally gives you something that has alpha-gal in it, because many medicines like Tylenol have alpha-gal or gelatin capsules or something like that that have that in it, and if I eat that, I die. So not a definitive. It really depends how allergic I am. I know this means I'm really allergic. I don't know how allergic that actually means. If I'll break out in, hives, or if my throat will close and I'll die. I'm probably going to have to get EpiPens. I don't know for sure. That's one of the downsides. Second downside of red meat disease is it increases your chance of dying of a heart attack and stroke. And I already have familiar history of heart attack and stroke. So I might die young, which sucks. I cried about it earlier. But I don't know. That's why I'm drinking kombucha right now, because I feel like I need to be healthier. It basically just increases plaque buildup by around 30%, and plaque doesn't go away, so it's something that kind of compounds in your life. You can kind of slow it down and reverse the process. I'm not really that unhealthy of a person, but I smoke, which is also bad. If anything, chat, I'm still going to eat edibles. I don't give a This has been like one of the biggest motivations for me to quit smoking, because now it's like a definitive thing that like I will have more plaque in my arteries than the average person my age, or likely to. Not a definitive, but they did a bunch of tests. It's still a very new disease, or not a new disease, new syndrome that people know about. So yeah, I'm probably gonna cut out smoking. Maybe outside of like on 420 or some specific special occasion. Outside of that, I'm likely to just only eat edibles, yeah. But yeah, now that sucks. That really made me upset because I, obviously don't want to die young. But I hope I don't. I think I'll still be fine. I'll see what the allergist can obviously do for me. But there's nothing that really like cures this or helps with it. And any medicines that I have, it's basically the antibodies. The amount of antibodies in your blood kind of increases plaque buildup. It's a certain type of plaque buildup. I don't know the name of it, but it's the bad one. Obviously, all plaque is bad, but it's the one that highly increases the chance of stroke or heart attack, which really sucks, but nothing I can really do about it. I'm hoping that over the next few years, my IgE levels go down, because that basically means that I could either A, eat meat potentially, or also just have less plaque buildup in my arteries. Can you eat fish? Yeah, I can eat anything that lays eggs or any sort of sea creature. Like, I can't eat mammals. Well, not every sea creature, because there are sea creatures that are mammals, but you don't really eat, like, dolphins. I can't eat people. That's the first thing that showed up. Shocker. Dog, platypi, lion, tigers, bats, cats. Well, at least I won't be, like, getting COVID from eating bats. Wolves, horses, bears, cattle, hippos, giraffes, orcas, goats. I mean, nobody really eats that anyway. The stuff that I can eat that people do eat is, like, deer, bison, beef, squirrels. Any, like, sort of, like, game I can't eat, like that. I don't think that I'm anaphylaxis allergic. Just because I've broken out in hives like 10 times, the tick introduced alpha-gal in my system and caused me to have an increased amount of antibodies for it. And so if I eat red meat, when I digest the sugars in those meats, I have a severe allergic reaction. So it's delayed too. Most people if you're allergic to something, or most people that you know that are allergic to something, say you're allergic to like peanuts. Most people that eat peanuts, the second it hits their tongue and they swallow it, they immediately start swelling up and like that. Like, I have family members and friends that are allergic to and their throat closes and all that stuff. What's scarier, depending on how you look at it, about mine is I don't have a reaction until 6 hours later. So if I eat dinner and whatever's in my dinner causes me to have a reaction, I won't know until 4 in the morning if I wake up, right? Or just die in my sleep or something like that. I doubt I will. I hope I don't, knock on wood, but I just wanted to let y'all know, right? So part of the problem, one of the other reasons I want to let y'all know is we're doing MREs soon, and I guarantee you a lot of those have beef in them. So I'll probably be able to chew it, but I'm going to have to spit it out. Like, I could taste beef. It's not like I'm allergic on contact. It's if I eat it. Some people are also airborne allergic to, like, cooking meat. I don't think I am, but, I mean, I don't know yet. I'm going to the allergist and we'll figure it out. But I just never even knew this was a thing, which is why it sucks. Like, everybody always knows about Lyme's disease where you get, like, lockjaw and die. And then it's, like, really scary to have Lyme's disease and you can start, like, having really tight joints and you need to go to a hospital early and get, you know, not cured, but they kind of put it in remission for the rest of your life. That's scary. I didn't even know alpha-gal was a thing. And then you're telling me I go on a random Airbnb trip to Virginia or Maryland and a bug bites me and now I'm allergic to mammals for the rest of my life. And I also have increased plaque buildup. Like, that sucks. But yeah, you know, now I got to stay away from that. Future videos, if I ever do taste test stuff, I might be able to chew it, but I can't swallow it. But I think I'll be able to eat dairy still and cheese. I think that'll be fine. I hope it's fine. If not, then I'll really be upset. Just because that would eliminate the majority of things everybody eats in a day. Even if it's, like, minute. Can you eat lunchly? If lunchly has beef in it, no. And, dude, this is, like, the biggest problem, too. Is, like, any lunch... Dude, like, lunch meats, too. I was on stream yesterday, and I was like... Brooke was like, I'm grabbing food. What do you want? I was like, oh, I want an Italian hoagie. I can't eat Italian hoagies. Everything that's in an Italian is mammal meat. I can't eat ham, right? I can eat turkey sandwiches. I've ranted a million times about I hate turkey. So now, like, dude, I never meal prep fish. I went to the grocery store earlier. I bought tuna and salmon. So now I'm going to meal prep tuna and salmon because what the else am I going to eat? I'm just going to eat chicken all the time. Might as well become vegan, dude. Oh, my God. What about Impossible Burgers? I mean, that's vegan. I could eat that. Anything that's vegan, I could eat. I don't want to eat Impossible Burgers, though, dude. I just don't want to eat that. Honestly, I'd probably just eat a turkey burger. But that just sucks, dude. Little PSA, check yourself for ticks. Like, your entire body. Because it takes time to transfer to you, right? I really think I got it from the chiggers because they dig into you. And I had them for, like, a month, right? And it was just, like, these sores on my body. I don't think the tick gave it to me because it takes, like, 24 hours to, like, go to you. But if you ever go camping or go out in the woods and you're on the East Coast or whatever, check your whole body. The tick that bit me was literally between my knuckle right here. Like, the size of the point of a pen. It was just on me. And then that might have given it to me. All right.